Hey, what's up? My name is Kira. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. I'm going to be doing a very simple smoky eye, and we're not going to wind up looking like we got punched in the face. I'm going to show you my tips and tricks on how I prefer to do it. I definitely learned a lot of lessons and like blending and choosing your colors and how you want to go about doing a smoky eye. Everybody can do a smoky. You just do it in different kind of ways and tweak it to your own personal preference. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right on in. So I am wearing a wig today. Please don't try to clock my wig. I tried to have the camera a lot closer to my actual eye so you can actually see all of what I'm going to be doing. I think I am going to do my brows on camera today, especially since I have my good brow, like right here where the camera's at. So I'm going to be going in with the Ardell. It's not going to focus, but I'm just going to tell you what it is. It's the Ardell Dark Brown eyebrow pomade. It's got small little glitters in there. I'm getting really good with this like pan right now. Do you see that? Girl. So what I like to do when I do my brows is I kind of brush them up. I'm not blessed with having like a ton of eyebrow hair. So I'm just going to brush up the front and then just kind of brush them into the way I want them. Just taking a regular eyebrow dual-ended thing, and I'm going to do like a small stroke from the middle front of my brow to where I want my brow to arch. We're just gonna kind of take that to the end. My eyebrows do naturally grow out much longer. I take off the tail ends of my brows so they don't naturally taper, so I have to make them taper. Then I'm just gonna do middle top and then just connect that down, and that's going to make it look like it kind of tapers. Then I'm just going to fill it in. I'm going to go to the front, vertical movements, just kind of blend it out because I don't want it to be harsh. Brush that through, so. And then, oh, oops, I thought I had the brush end right there. Make sure that I like the shape I want it to be. And then I'm going to go over it today with the NYX Brow Mascara in the shade Espresso. I hope I'm in focus. I'm just going to basically brush through that. The shade of this brow mascara is slightly lighter than that pomade, but I like that because it kind of brings it back into, it gives it more dimension color-wise. I'm just going to go do the same to the other brow, so I'll be right back. I'm back with the other brow. I didn't really take too much effort with this one because as you can see how my wig is going to be going, this side's going to pretty much be covered. So I'm mostly just going to show you everything on this eye. So I already went through all of my eyeshadows to kind of select what colors I wanted to use today. I'm going to be taking a black. I'm going to do black because I like things on extra hard mode. But the tips and how I'm going to be explaining on how to do stuff can be applied no matter what color you want. Now, the trick is when you're looking for when you're going to be doing a smoky eye, especially if you're just going to be doing like a single kind of color type of smoky eye, like you're just going to be taking, whether it be a blue, green, purple, pink, red, whatever color you want to do for your smoky eye, you have to choose a dark color. I'm going in with black as the darkest shade because I also feel like that's the most difficult one that people don't really know how to do super well, and it's very easy to go overboard and start looking like you've been punched in the face. Also, another tip when doing a smoky eye, do your eyes first and then do your base. I will go ahead and pinpoint at what point when you're done with your lid to then just do your face instead of doing your face first. Don't start with your face. I'm not saying like if you've already started and you have your face, so go wash it off. We can make it work, but I don't suggest it. So we're going to go in with a dark shade. I'm going in with black. And then the next shade you want to kind of choose is something lighter than the shade that is your darkest shade. Now, for example, I'm going to pick out colors as if I was doing a blue smoky eye. I would take, this is from my single eyeshadow collection. This is just an example. You don't need any of these. I'm going to take a dark blue, and then that would be my lid shade. And then I would go select a shade in the blue family, in the realm of blue that I want. So, for example, the next shade I could choose could be a selection between these two shades of blue. I would choose, since this one's darker, I would choose next step up, which would be this blue, because you want it to be like a gradient, you know, sort of thing. So that one to that one. And then after these two shades, then I could go in with this one. And if I wanted to fully make it a really nice blended gradient, I could then go in with an even lighter blue. My fingertips are stained, but the point still stands, you know, like have it be like a gradient. I'm going in with the black, a slightly lighter purplyish gray type of shade, and then I'm going to go in with like a light gray. And then to blend out my edges to kind of soften everything, I'm probably going to go over that with like a translucent kind of white shade. So that way, because if I were lighter, a white probably wouldn't be as stark. But white on my skin tone is going to be very stark. And I don't want it to be brown or beige, because then that's not going to fully go with the other colors that I'm already going to be blending with. So, you got to decide your colors first, so that way you don't just have all of your palettes in front of you open and like, I don't know what I'm going to use. I could also go in with the shade Mercury from here as well, but I don't think that that would really fit with what I want. Actually, I think it would. The colors that I'm going to be using, I promise, you do not need all what I'm about to show you. Again, hello, my name is Kira. I'm a terrible beauty person because I switch between palettes, but I do that because I want to encourage you to use what you already have. Never feel like you have to have what I have, because I don't know, I just be switching between like 5-6 different palettes. This time I'm going to be switching through 3. And I'm only taking like 1 or 2 shades out of each one. I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette for this black shade and this nice light grayish, brown, purplyish kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's just slightly lighter. But this is probably one of the best blacks that I have in my personal collection. So I'm going to be going in with that. And then this shade. And then the other shades that I'm going to be using is going to be this gray single eyeshadow from Coastal Scents. This is an ash gray. And then I'm probably going to be using the Mercury shade from Subculture. So to start, some people like to use a black base. I don't think I am. I am going to use a different base than just concealer. You could also just use concealer as well, depending on what color you want. For me, since I'm going in with black and my whole eyeshadow look is going to be more like gray, black kind of thing, I'm going to be going in with this Color Tattoo eyeshadow in the shade Toughest Taupe by Maybelline. So much like my concealer, I'm going to basically just kind of like put that down. Mostly focused on my lid, since I want that black to really pop and like look dark. I want it to be dark. I'm not going to immediately go in underneath my eye right now. I'm mostly just going to be focusing on like the lid and then taking it, blending it across the crease area. Unlike my concealer base, this is not going to be as easy to cover up if I put too much down. So I'm only really going to try to keep this in an area where I know I'm going to be putting eyeshadow at. And I want to keep these edges blended, so I'm going with a clean fingertip over where the edge of my base, and just kind of blending over that. Kind of like you would with a brush when you want to blend out a shade. I'm doing that with like my fingertip for this base, because I want the base to be just as blended, so that way when I go to blend out shades, there's not any extra product just sitting there. I'm going to be going in with this brush. This is the Instapop Crease Brush by Real Techniques. And I'm going to take that black from the Zodiac palette onto there. I am going to tap off this excess because, girl, this is with black you want to be careful. Black is one of those colors you really, really, really want to be taking as small of an amount as possible, and then going in, you can always build up. You cannot take away. Always remember that. So I'm just going to place that black. I'm mostly going to concentrate it right where my lashes are. I'm just going to start pretty low, and then I will work my way up later, but I really want to build that black up dark as possible on the lash line, like just where my lashes, are. I'm going to keep this eye very rounded, so I'm not winging anything out right now. So I'm just gonna kind of look like a bit of a line, but like rounded. So now we basically have this black. As you can see, as I've mentioned before with my eye shape, I do have a slight hood on my eyes. So when I open my eye, it just looks black. When I close my eye, you can clearly see that it's not all black. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small blending brush and we're going to go over that edge with, I'm just going to show you this shade. That next shade basically that you want to use in your gradient that you've picked out. Mine is like a grayish purple. I'm then going to, I think I tapped off too much. This is on a Morphe M562 brush. It's just a small crease blending brush. I'm going to take that shade and then go right over the edges of where that black that I just placed is at. And kind of just blend that out, soften that line of black. Okay. And once you feel pretty satisfied with how that edge looks, we're then going to go in with the next shade, which is the number 2 brush from the BH Cosmetics Smoky set. It's pointed, it's very nice and fluffy and it like blends really well. I'm then going to go in with that ash gray shade from Coastal Scents, top off the excess, and I'm going to then go over the edge of that previous shade and then blend that out. But bringing it up a little bit above my crease. As you can see, I have my eyebrow raised to kind of expose more of lid space there. Truthfully, at the end of this color, you could stop. I want to make sure that mine is a little bit more softly blended and not as intense. So I'm going to take a very fluffy brush. This is the Fluffy Eye Blender brush by e.l.f. I'm going to be taking this brush into the shade Mercury from the Subculture palette, tapping off that excess. Want to be sure. If you see a cloud of smoke, it lets you know there was a lot on there. And I'm then going to go at the uppermost edge and very lightly, like, see how far back my hand is on this brush? I want it to just kind of, just very soft. I don't want it very concentrated. I'm not trying to put pigment necessarily, but I just want to soften the edge of everything and make sure that it's like very blended. And because we did lose a little bit of pigmentation when we did that previous one with that Mercury shade, I am going to go back in with that ash gray, darken that up a little bit, blend that out, go back with that purpley gray shade over that, but keeping that way more concentrated in like the crease area of my eye. For the grand finale, if your lid shade was taken away from it all during this whole look, you can go back in and then darken it, but just try to make sure that you're not taking it up too far. Lovely. That is this eye just on the top lid. I'm going to go do the other eye and then return the other eye, and once we're like pretty much ready to move on to our lower lash line. So be right back. Hello, we're back. I went ahead and finished all of my face off camera. My foundation, contour, under eye highlight is all Anastasia stick foundations. My regular foundation is in the shade Cool Golden. Under eyes caramel. Contour I used for the stick in Earth. Went over my contour with the NARS contour in Melina. My highlight is Becca Cosmetics Prosecco Pop. My blush is Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Blush Trio in Pink Passion, the shade Basically. I went over my highlight with the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette in the shade Seychelles. Did a lot, girl. We're done. I'm now going to my under eye. So as I said before, I did not like take my base down in my under eye. I'm going to go ahead and just start with lining my eyes underneath. Now, you can decide to use whatever liner you like to use. I don't care about making my eyes look smaller because I feel like my eyes are already like a decent size, but I'm mostly going to focus dragging that down on like my outer third of my eye. I'm gonna darken that up a little bit there. Now, because of the colors I went in with for my eyeshadow, I did try to keep the rest of my face slightly more on the cooler side. Like when it came to my blush is more of a pink, like a light, cooler toned pink. Go in with this brush. This is a smudge brush by e.l.f. I'm gonna go into my eyeshadow base and just with this brush and kind of just put a base there because I don't conceal under my eyes. It's just a foundation there. So I'm just going to take my eyeshadow base, so my eyeshadow on the lower lash line, also something to stick to, and I'm just going to evaporate just as quickly, just because, you know, I don't have a concealer there for it to stick onto. You know, there's nothing there. Now, that I have the base sitting there, I'm actually going to then go in, same brushes as before. We're basically do the same thing, except just way more like light-handed. Go with that black, but I'm also gonna focus out on that outer layer there. Just whatever excess on the brush by this point, I'll just drag it to the inner part of my eye. Taking the next blending brush and then go over that where that black is at and just kind of try to connect it to the top, to the bottom. And with that gray. Once I finish all that, I'm then going to go in with that huge fluffy brush with that shade Mercury, and then just starting out here and then just doing circular motions. I'm gonna look up so that way I can get that brush in the area that I want it to be at. So now this eye, lower lash line, doesn't look as good for some reason. What? I'm having a terrible blending out with just this whole side of my face. This whole other side looks like trash. So I'm glad I'm showing you just this side, because this side is looking exactly how I want to, and this side is not. Good thing my wig literally is gonna cover this side of my face, because girl, I could not even tell you what's going on over here. Like, I don't even know why my highlight looks like that on this side. I couldn't tell you. Literally could not tell you a thing. It just looked like that. I'm going to be lining my upper lash line with the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. You could go in with any liner you wanted. I'm only doing this because I'm going to be wearing falsies. If you're not going to be wearing falsies, you can completely skip this step, throw in your mascara, and you're good to go. Do an inner corner highlight. Actually, I should just go and do my inner corner highlight now because I already know which one I'm going to do. I'm going to do my favorite inner corner highlight of like all time. This is from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette. This is the shade Power Cut. Eyes are lined. I'm now going to go over my lashes with the Monster Big Mascara. As you will probably notice, there's certain products that I just use all the time. I'm just finishing up this tube, and I'll probably try a different mascara. I'm messily going over this because, again, I'm using falsies today, so it doesn't really matter. Since this is a smoky look, you technically could go in with literally any lash you want to. If you winged out your eyeshadow, you could do lashes that fan out at the ends, kind of like I showed in my green eyeshadow simple tutorial look video. I'll probably have that link down below or at the end screen annotations. You could do lashes kind of like those where they fan out, or you could do lashes that are literally the exact same length all the way across the entire lash band if you wanted to, because you can do what you want. At this point, for me, I'm going to go in with lashes that are the same length all throughout the entire length of the lash band. Do I ever do these? Girl, I might. Hold on. I think I'm going to go in with these. These are the Ardell 172 Natural line. These are pretty much the exact same length all throughout the lash band. Going to go in with my Duo brush on adhesive glue, and I'm just going to go ahead and plop these suckers on my eye. I'm gonna do this with my hand this time. Wish me luck. Placing that right in the middle of my lashes there. How did I manage to get cat hair? This is not going the way I want it to. Taking the outer edge. I'm gonna flop that right where I want that to go. And then I'm going to squeeze my falsies together with the base of my natural lashes. There we go. Now that's one lash down. I'm gonna go do other one. Now our face is pretty much done at this point. You could go in with a nude. I personally love a good dead girl nude, aka a nude that is way too cool tone for me, but I wear it anyway because I love it. I'm thinking I might just do like a nude lip. Very easily could just do black. I don't know. I almost never do nude, so I think I might actually go do a nude. I think it's Coffee by e.l.f. So I think I'm gonna mix e.l.f. with a little bit of, yeah, I think I might take Sepia and e.l.f. together. I know those kind of don't look like they're gonna go, but they're gonna go. I guess I'm gonna make them go for me personally. Take Sepia right in the middle. Oh, this looks cute. This looks cute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down, get into the shirt that I'm gonna be wearing, and I will be right back. Ooh, why do I literally look like I'm about to retake my senior portrait photos? Oh my god, just, oh, let me just get a little shoulder. Oh, oh, oh. Oh gosh, I wish I looked this good in like my senior portrait photos. Anyway, the shirt is like this like off the shoulder motorcycle jacket type of top. I got it from my friend. She bought it and it was like the wrong size or whatever, so she gave it to me and now I have it. I love it. I think it's so cute, especially with this look. The necklace I believe is from Forever 21 and the earrings are vintage. They're from like my mom or whatever. So but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I really hope you learned something and learned how to do a smoky eye, and hope you're not intimidated by doing them because I think they're so cute. I think once you get your own method down and really figure out tips and tricks on how to make it work for you and what kinds of colors you like to play with on your eyes, I think it's a lot easier and they're a good go-to. Like there's a reason that doing a basic smoky eye is so universal for everybody. It works for literally every eye shape, whether your eyes are super hooded, whether they're monolids, whether they're deep set and round, whatever kind of eyelid shape you may have, you could do a smoky eye. Everybody could do a smoky eye, you know? But yeah, so again, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'm like super active over there. I post like every single day. My @ is @Ugh.Kerria, Kerria. It's the same as on here, over there. Yeah, but I post a lot of like fashion, sometimes beauty content or lifestyle type of stuff. So yeah, I really hope to see you on the internet at some point later on. I don't know. If you like this look, let me know. If you have any more suggestions for any kind of other eye looks or beauty looks, if you want to see like anything from me, let me know and I'll more likely just go ahead and do it. But hope to see you somewhere soon. Thank you so much. Have a good one.